Hello, how are you doing, everyone? It's me, TheDomotaku, and today we are continuing with a test, I guess, of the new Domotaku podcast style. I have no clue how this will turn out, but I can't exactly record an hour or longer of myself anymore on my phone doing things because of stuff. But I mean, this is a podcast thing, so you're supposed to listen technically to my voice, and instead of like looking at the screen, you have this. I drew it up just like about a few days ago. Hope you guys like it. Might have to improve on it soon. But how are you doing, everyone? It's been a while since I've done the Don't Talk podcast. If I actually cross-reference it, because I have my laptop sitting on me with this style. I really like it. I can check that the last podcast I ever did was probably like 2 months ago. Is that what it's saying? 2 months ago? Wow. 2 months ago, that was September, right? That's September. It's been a while. And a lot of things has happened to me and to in just general and like anime, gaming, whatnot. So much stuff to talk about today. For now, I'm just gonna inform you guys of just like a little personal stuff about me, because it's been like 4 months since I've done this. And you've seen I uploaded videos on the channel and stuff. But yeah, it's been a lot of things happened to me in life personally. I mean, like, this year, I graduated college. That was like in May. And then, like, in October, Halloween was like, whatever. And I had my birthday. And I celebrated my birthday in Paris. Yeah, I went to Paris for like the last week of like October. I spent my birthday in another country. That was cool, technically. I had some good sushi. And like, just living life, hanging with the family and stuff. And then I came back, and that was when things really started like, going places, or not going places. It kind of like just went downhill, or not down. Yeah, let's just say it went downhill. Honestly, I got lazy. I got too comfortable not doing anything like content, video wise, gaming and whatnot. You might have seen that in some videos I wore that wrist thing because I have some kind of like, we say it's carpal tunnel, but I don't know exactly what it is, but essentially something hurting with my wrist. It happened during when I went on vacation. Like, it was like small and stuff, or present there. And then now when I came back, it's just more like prominent that I'm just like relaxing and stuff. And turning my wrist or using it, whatever. But, it's gotten better over the days, I just resting it. Gotta stop playing those damn mobile games and stuff. I had to rest it, and just like, if I try to eat with my right with a spoon, like I use my left and stuff like that. It's okay now. It's getting better. Hopefully, it'll get better like real soon. I could use it like 100%. Right now, it's at like 80 or 90. I'd say 90. It only hurts when I really like try to do some stupid ass obscure movement with my wrist or something like that, or really try to like flex or stretch it. So, yeah. Aside from that, happy Thanksgiving. This is the surprise Happy Thanksgiving return, I guess. Or at least my plan was to have this release on Thanksgiving. If I don't have this release on Thanksgiving Day, I'm going to be very upset with myself and just very stupid sounding. I came up with this whole list of video ideas when I came back from Paris on my vacation, of all these things to do. I don't know if I'll include it on the screen here, but I'm just looking at this list. So I had a lot of things happen here, and a lot of anime stuff, some video game stuff, some manga stuff, and some new game stuff. That's cool and all. So I think that's about it for the personal catch-up, guys. Thanks for listening for that. Now, for the Don't Talk podcast of Thanksgiving, I have a lot of topics to discuss here today in terms of catching up and filling in the dots, everything. In just like the 4 months I haven't done this in a while. So, we're going to do a seasonal anime catch-up on a lot of things I've been watching. It's not a lot, I'll let you know right now. There's going to be a lot of discussion on some anime movie stuff that's been going on this year. A lot of hype stuff that I've been watching. You might have seen it if you follow me on social medias. I have a segment called What the Oof Did I Just Watch? I will be discussing a new sort of show or a series that I've watched. It could be anime, non-anime related. I'll let you know when that happens, or like you'll find out the show when that happens. I have a segment about all the new games and discussions of things gaming related. And then I have a video discussion of me and my manga buys and just manga stuff and talk and whatnot. I'm still working on the categories on how to discuss things. If you guys have any ideas of categories to talk about, feel free to leave it in the comment section below because I'm still getting used to this. Anyways, so seasonal anime catch up. First thing on my list I have here is in all caps. It's freaking Fate Grand Order Babylonia Demonic Front. This anime, I think I've already made a statement on this in like my recent video. I just did the episode 8 review video thing of Fate. We're still on episode 8, I believe, right? If I'm looking at my list correctly. Yeah, we're still on episode 8. Episode 9 will come out this Saturday. Fate's been good. Fate's been really good. I'm honestly like surprised. It's so weird how back in the first episode, like we had this doubt, just like, oh man, it's Babylonia. That's one of like the best chapters in the game, but like it's not done by Ufotable. So we had worries and doubts and all that stuff. So after like 8 episodes in, we've had so much good stuff. Like a lot of shit has happened. There's like a lot of kick-ass shots, and you know what I mean by say kick-ass. There's just like everything looks good. It's not Ufotable level like style looking, but I mean it's still acceptable in my personal opinion. Everything looks good, and they totally got the action and stuff down right. Like they know that they're adapting Fate and stuff. There's like a lot of expectation of this series and this chapter and whatever, and they're just like, you know what? Fate got big ass grand fights, and they freaking did big ass grand fights in this thing, and I'm just gotta say it's a lot of different style from what I see from Ufotable, of course, because it's a different studio, Cloverworks, but like it still feels like a Fate fight, you know, like all this grand action and movement and shit going on in the screen. You can't tell what the hell's going on, that sort of thing. It's kind of like Apocrypha had that sort of style a little bit. It's been a while. Apocrypha's still good, but I mean Grand Order, oh man, Grand Order and Babylonia itself, oh, it's just so great. So great. I left off with episode 1 in my first impressions. I was like, oh shit, this was good. We got to see some Rin. We got to see some kick-ass smash and whatnot. What happened in episode 2? Episode 2, we got some Enkidu and Merlin and Anna. That was cool. Everything in this anime is just cool. Honestly, just it's just really cool. Now, I had this weird idea to myself. It was like, how do I explain this to someone who hasn't watched the Fate Grand Order or who hasn't ever played Fate Grand Order? Because this is a great anime, and I really want to recommend it to people. But then, like, when you try to recommend people Fate, and you have like a lot of memes of people trying to understand the whole Fate verse and shit, it's complicated, or not too complicated, to be honest. Because the only way you're gonna understand Fate is just like start from zero. Just go Fate 0, then you can go like Unlimited Blade Works, and then you can dive into like Heaven's Feel movie or Apocrypha. Don't go to the Prisma Ilia thing unless you really want to do that, then that's all on you. And then you can just say like, okay, you want to do Grand Order, you do First Order, and then you go to this. Unfortunately, they skipped all the other 7 singularities, and they have a Camelot movie that's not even released yet, so there's that. Yeah, man, I just like, when I try to like admire Fate, and all the ones who like the episode and the series are all Fate players, I'm assuming. If you guys are not Fate players or like know too much about Fate and you're watching this anime, I applaud you, and I'd like to know what your thoughts are on this series, because this is great. Yeah, what else do we have? Ishtar looking freaking great, and Rin faces all the time. Gil had his time to shine in episode 5. That was cool. I did not honestly think that he would be losing that fight, but like the way they animated it and the way how they ended it was pretty cool. And I think they got right the whole scale of things, because like I imagine like in this whole scenario, right, in the game you have your servants to help you. You have a whole team of 6 servants and the support to help you, which makes things so much easier in the game. But then when they do it in anime original, it's just mash and whatever story supports they have. So in the case of Babylonia, it's Leonidas, Ushi, and Benkei, and Gil, probably. And Anna, and Merlin. So that's not a lot of actual servants to help, and are technically like OP and whatnot. So then when you just see Mash trying to tank all these servants and like actually like stand her ground against these badass servants who are an actual servant compared to her demi servant like stats, it's hard. Like Mash has not beaten a servant in this whole series. She just holds her own. And that's like the scale that I like to see in here. Cause like, you know, as best Kohai, she's not the strongest servant out of everyone. She's useful, but not the strongest servant, unfortunately. And like they always need help from someone else to do the job, which is like technically, I guess, what Fate Grand Order is supposed to do because you have these other support servants. Oh man, I just love this series so much. Where was I? Episode 5. And then we got some more Ishtar stuff. Ishtar and the whole Ereshkigal thing in the Babylonia series is like it's like it's been a while, guys. That was like last year. It's almost been a year since Babylonia came out. And I might have forgotten some minute details, but like I know that's still a thing. Oh, I also forgot about Jaguar Warrior. Jaguar Warrior was so like different, but like it fits her character, but the action was still pretty good, honestly. Freaking Jaguar Warrior, freaking troll. And we haven't even seen the whole cast yet. There's still so many other people we gotta see in this damn series and this anime, so I can't wait to see that. And then we go to episode 8, where I already talked about episode 8, but freaking episode 8, man. Ushiwaka Ushiwaka, best girl in the series, in the anime series so far, and just best, I don't know, best writer, best friend. I don't know what to say here. I've already said my piece about it in the episode 8 review. You can totally check it out on my channel. It's only been like a day since or maybe like about a day or two since I uploaded that. But like, if you want to summarize everything that I just said, Ushiwaka best girl. And if you guys haven't seen that video, I actually grill my Ushiwaka to 4-star because of that episode. You're welcome, guys. Do your Ushiwaka a favor and give her the head pats. She deserves the head pats. Okay, no more talking about Fade because that's like way too much. Azure Lane. Next anime, Azure Lane. So, Azure Lane, the animation has, I think I talked about it in the first episode. I only did one episode on it too, but I said in Azure Lane's anime episode that I like, it's actually not that bad from what it looks. At least that's from my opinion. As a player perspective, it looks good and above my expectations of what I assumed it to be like an anime adaptation. Because before this, the only other like ship warfare anime that I've ever seen on this like compared to this is like Kantai Collection. And you can probably say High School Fleet too, but I mean that's not like ship boat girls doing the fighting and stuff, you know what I mean? So yeah, this one gets compared to Kantai Collection a lot, but like in terms of what I've seen in the anime, I think that Azure Lane is way better. Just a bit. It's been a while since I've seen Kantai Collection. Kantai Collection is supposed to have a second season and a movie, but I've never seen any of them yet. So I'm just like, oh yeah, Kantai Collection, that was a thing, you know? But no, dude. Azure Lane got the cool character designs, got the boat waifus, got the kick-ass shots. I say kick-ass in terms of, like, you've seen the anime, you know what the hell I'm talking about. And the action's not that bad, to be honest. From, like, the action is actually really good. And now it might not be the 2D scroller thing you see in the game, but, like, they bring it to life really good, and it looks great in my personal opinion. It looks really good. It kind of didn't have too much expectation of it, considering of what I saw from Kantai Collection. Kantai Collection's anime and their action, there was a lot of like CGI and torpedoes and other things. And in this one, in Azure Lane, you got a whole bunch of cool shit going on here. And honestly, this animation has made me like really dig a bunch of like ships and characters from the game that I haven't really like used at all. Like Cleveland in this anime is like great. And like now after watching it, like, man, Cleveland's awesome and such a good girl. Like, why haven't I used her in my game? And I've started putting her in my party and shit. I was like, okay, you're on the party. Who else is on there? So many people. Javelin. Well, I started using Javelin a bit. Laffy and Javelin, you know, Javelin's not my first starter. Laffy was, but like they still like they're pretty cool in the anime. Ayanami, who else in here? I don't have Kaga and Akagi, unfortunately. I haven't farmed 3-4 Like, all you dang people. I don't know how long it's supposed to take and shit, but like, I get bored of doing that shit. Like, I don't want to sit there farming 3-4 for so damn long and not get anything. What else? Enterprise and Belfast. Oh, Belfast. Belfast is so freaking good. I want it made, guys. Made waifu, made ship girl. Freaking great. Man, all the ships are just so damn good in there. I can't talk about every single one because they're all just damn good. Well, I can talk about the anime at least. Let's see. There's like not too much to talk about of the episodes for Azur Lane's anime. The latest episode, episode 7, freaking blew my mind. I'm just like very confused right now. It's you left us hanging, with like that. Well, actually, Azur Lane's getting 12 episodes, so of course they're like doing all this wrapping up shit and stuff. But like I said in my episode video of the first one for Azur Lane, I said that like I have no clue. This is like the actual plot of the game. I was a dumbass, and you can flame me totally in the comments because I kind of skimmed the story and stuff when I played Azur Lane. I'm in like chapter 10, but I haven't really like read all the text and understood the story. So if this is what the story is in the anime from the game, then it's pretty good. And I'm a dumbass for not reading it, so you can totally flame me for that. What else? I was talking about something Azur Lane. So the episodes, episode 7 left us on a cliffhanger. Like the episodes in Azur Lane have been really good so far. A lot of like cool stuff, like that whole like episode 3 episode with the infiltration of the maids. That was cool. Maids, you don't mess with maids. And Sheffield and Edinburgh. I have Edinburgh, but I don't have Sheffield because she's event exclusive. Fudge. Why didn't I play this game when this anime came out? Why? I want Sheffield now. I want the maid who doesn't wear shit under. That was cool. That was a funny fight too, because Akagi just like took a peek and was like, "Oh damn!" And then they took like the dark cube and shit. That was cool. What else? The whole action scene of just trying to rescue them was also cool. What else? That whole episode 5 or 6 thing, I forgot exactly which episode it was. I think it was 6. Was it 6? I think 6 was the filler. And they had that freaking bath scene and the hot spring scene or whatever. And that was the most like blurred out episode ever. And that was hella funny just because I'm just like, I can't see what's going on. What's going on? Yeah, that was pretty funny. But I mean, for the halfway point of the series, fan service all the way, boys. Just fudge it. Yeah, so the whole plot of Azur Lane, I gotta say, is pretty astounding because of the whole thing with Akagi and Amagi. I'm not gonna say exactly what happens if you haven't seen Azur Lane, but I mean, I have Amagi, and I always wondered what the hell was the difference between Akagi and Amagi, because I thought they were the same. But no, they're different. And the whole plot with trying to get Amagi and stuff is very compelling, and it makes me curious about all the things I played in the game. And I'm an idiot for not reading the story. You can flame me once again. So I'm really excited to see where Azur Lane's anime comes out. I would really like to see if Azur Lane's anime boosted the game a lot and just like a lot of people started playing it now or something. Or at least from what I see, there's like a good majority of people who've seen Azur Lane, but they don't play the game. So I'm really curious to see how they think about it, because one thing about Azur Lane, well, compared to like once again Contact Collection, I have not played Contact Collection. I don't know all the ships names, but in Azur Lane I know a lot of the ships names. I have like 160 of them in my freaking dock in the game, and I've seen like a good portion of all of them in this anime. And I'm just like, yo, they at least don't get too much screen time, but they show that they're there, and like you see every single ship from the game in here. Not like every single one, but a good portion of them. And then compared to Contact Collection, I didn't know who these people were. I know who Kongo is. You're the main character, and I'm just like, oh, Yudachi, and then like I don't know who the rest are and stuff. They don't know if they show every single person. That's cool. Azur Lane, you get a freaking like seal of approval, in my opinion, for showing all the ship girls. They don't all get to talk or like fight or whatever, but you still showed them all in the academy, which is cool. Yeah, so I can't wait to see how Azur Lane turns out. I'm really I'm really curious of how the ending would be, because I feel like this would be a popular show to get a second season. I don't know if it will get a second season because I don't know the plot from the game or whatever they would take, but maybe you can do some kind of like event shit from the game. I haven't really read too many events from the game. I'm an idiot. Flame me in the comments, please. So yeah, we'll see how Azurian goes. But so far so good. Next we have the big three. Not really the big three, you know what I mean. We have My Hero Academia Season 4. And I gotta say, bros, man, like, I'm not watching a lot of stuff this season, to be honest. I say I'd be watching a lot of stuff, but, like, I'm only watching, like, 3 to 4 shows. And they're all hot damn good, in my personal opinion, at least. My Hero is probably the biggest show to come back, and so far all the episodes have been really solid. The last episode we had was the team meeting, the hero team meeting, the discussion thing. And for an episode with just all dialogue, it was pretty dope and really intense and shit. Like, the whole, like, everyone, I think all the manga readers have said that this season would be super great because you have Overhaul and Eri and freaking Mirio and stuff. And I'm just like, yeah, dude, these guys look cool. And, like, you know, everything in the episode is solid and stuff. Man, how many episodes we are in My Hero? Let me take a look at that real quick here. Cross-reference. We're 5 episodes in. Okay. Out of 25, so there's a lot of stuff going on here. The whole plot with Eri and Overhaul and that whole Saikai, I don't know if we're pronouncing it right, group villain thing, it's pretty dope. I gotta say, it's really good, and it's like probably the big next step in terms of like the whole like the series and the universe after, like, you know, All Might and stuff. I'm not gonna say exactly details and spoilers in here in case people don't really watch or read My Hero, but yeah, man, I'm really excited to see this plot. I'm really excited to see Mirio and Deku work together against Overhaul. And Eri is such an innocent child and adorable. And they have I'm pretty sure they have Ilya's voice actor doing that. Hold on, let me cross-reference this so I'm not making an idiot of myself. Because, like, I heard Eri talk a bit in the show, and I'm just like, wait a minute, I've heard this little kid voice before. Is this Ilya? Okay, well, I guess it's not Ilya's voice actor. It's just a little kid voice actor, but, you know, whatever. It's all good. You know, they get the job done. They play a scared little kid who's in the custody of villains and shit and is trying to look for hope in our heroes. That's cool. That's cool. The whole thing with Night Eye and All Might, that's a different side thing. Hopefully that will get addressed in this first half of the season. Who knows if it will, but I mean, it's a running thing, you know, Night Eye and All Might, and what the heck is the future between those two and just All Might, and, like, you know, their friendship and relationship and stuff. It's a lot of good, you know, My Hero Academia is just really great. If you've seen the first 2 seasons, or first 3 seasons, then season 4 is great. Now we get into the one stray anime that I've been watching. I haven't really been caught up with it so far. It looks like I am... Where's the episode list? I need to see how many episodes have been. I think it's like, okay, I'm like 2 episodes behind. So it's called Assassin's Pride. This like fantasy anime thing. You might have seen it around. People talking about it. What can I say about it? It's average. You know, it's some kind of average fantasy anime action thing. Maybe romance, I don't know. I saw this anime and, like, from, like, trailers and PVs, and I thought it looked pretty cool and stuff, and I was like, okay, I'll check it out. And, like, after watching it, it's kind of anime, you know, it's like you have one of these every season, like a little fantasy action anime. I'm not gonna say exactly, I don't know how to talk about this, to be honest, because I don't know exactly who the hell's talking about this, but I mean, I honestly don't know what to talk about this anime. Like, it's super, like, okay, it's not the greatest thing, and yes, I say it as average, but, like, you can even call it less than average, but yet I still watch it because, like, I don't know, it's like badly good. I guess I have no clue how to describe these things. Yeah, Assassin's Pride. If you're watching it, you can totally feel free to watch it. But I mean, I have no idea how to talk about this anime anymore. So yeah, Assassin's Pride. Okay. Next segment, we have the anime movie night. The anime movie night. So, if you're listening to this at nighttime, then I guess it's the perfect time for movie night, I guess. But unfortunately, all these movies are out in theaters, and you probably won't be able to watch them for another year or so, unfortunately. So, anime movies, guys. I've got to say, this year has been so much. I've been blessed with just like a lot of anime movies and just the experience of watching anime movies in theaters with friends and fellow weebs in the seats and whatnot. So let me see if I have it. I'm pretty, yeah, I watched it this month. So this is not my list, but I started off this year with the first anime movie. I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be Dragon Ball Broly, which I saw in theaters, and that was freaking dope as shit. And then a lot of things happened with that, and yeah, I'm not exactly too sure of my opinion on that or discussing it here, but a lot of shit happened after that movie aired. And then I watched the Pancreas movie, I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. That was cool in theaters. I watched it with my good friends from college. That was great. And then recently, towards the end of the year, I've been watching so many movies. It's just like so many great hits and shit. So we'll start off with Konosuba, The Legend of Crimson. I have made a video on it on my channel. You can feel free to watch it. Although I don't know if I have my good sense of reviewing stuff here. It's been a while since I've watched that movie. It's been like about a week or two since I've watched that movie. But honestly, that shit, like every time I think about Konosuba, it was just like hilarious when I watched it in theaters. Like, you know, all the jokes in that movie are so funny and on point. And like, you know, if you're a Megumin fan, Explosion Girl, this is a great movie because it's focused on her and not Aqua or Darkness. It's so good. You know, Konosuba was a fun time, and you had a good laugh with all the guys and the weebs in the audience and stuff like that, including me. So that was nice. Konosuba was the latest movie that I watched, so I guess we're going backwards here from my list. Oh yeah, I guess I'm going backwards. And then I watched Promare in October, I believe, or November. Was it October? Yeah, October. Because Konosuba was November. So yeah, Promare. Promare, Studio Trigger's newest work. I did a video on that also. And that movie was dope. It was action-packed, and it had the best character for the drill. Who the hell do you think I am? Kamina. I mean Gallo. Yes, Gallo, not Kamina. Interesting enough, Premiere is getting a redo or like another screening event premiere redo thing on December 8th. So if you guys haven't seen Premiere in October, then I highly recommend to watch it because it is I think it's like one of the first movies that Trigger's done. I'm not too sure. I haven't seen a lot of stuff a lot of movies by Trigger. Let me see. No. Okay. Well, in terms of like movies by Trigger, I know there's a Gurren Lagann movie, but like this is like their original movie, and like for a Trigger stuff, it was really awesome. It was really action packed, and the soundtrack. Ooh, I just thought about the soundtrack, and my goosebumps are going right now. The soundtrack is great. You got Hiroyuki Sawano doing some of the tracks on that movie and the fights. Whew, all good. So I would really highly recommend if you've seen like Kill la Kill, Gurren Lagann, what else have they done recently? Darling in the Franxx. They've done them if you've seen any of those, you'll probably like this. Trigger has gotten some great stuff, and I even considered myself watching the redo on December 8th because I'm just like, man, that was such a good movie. It was a good movie, guys. It's so good. So, action movie for this year, pretty cool. You have Konosuba, which was the comedy and laughter and fun and stuff, and then you got sad and depressing shit. And I say sad and depressing, not entirely sad and depressing, but you got sad and depressing shit. In September, we had Rascal Does Not Dream of Dreaming Girl, or The Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl movie in that series, the Seishun Buta Yaro something something. I'm sorry, my Japanese is bad. But yeah, this was a movie that fans, or there's a huge lot of fans probably, of the Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai series. And when they had this movie announced as like a second season, or like not a second season, like as a continuation and stuff, and a huge focus on one of the characters, Shoko. Was it Shoko? Oh man. Oh fuck. I'm doing a blank right now. Hold up, guys. It has to be Shoko, right? I'm pretty sure. Please tell me. Yeah, it's Shoko. Okay. I'm not a fake fan. We're good. So yeah, this movie. This movie was not as packed as Promare and Konosuba, but like it had some intense moments and emotional feels that hit hard in the movie, and like, man, every time I think about this movie, I just think of all that shit that happened, and I can't exactly say what happens, but this was an emotional movie that like, let's see, yeah, this one made me almost tear up and cry compared to Promare and Konosuba. You know, Promare's action, Konosuba's comedy and fun. This one was some drama and shit, and like, of course, reinforces the idea of Mai is best girl. Don't question it. She is the main bunny girl of the series. And gosh, man, Bunny Girl had some serious feels, and it had some funny moments in it too. You have the whole cast from the anime back in it again, and they had some great times and great moments and funny things that hit. But like, when I think of this movie, I just think of like the most traumatic shit and like emotional stuff that happens. It's not fun. It's not fun, but it's still a good movie. It all turns out great. It's fine. Next we have Black Fox. Now, Black Fox, I've done a video on this also. Actually, I've done videos on all these movies. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've done a Dreaming Girl Senpai movie. I fanboyed about that one. So you can find all these movies that I've talked about in depth in my channel. They're all really great, and honestly, like, a lot of great movies this year for 2019. So we go to Black Fox. Now, Black Fox is an interesting movie, in my opinion, because it is a movie that is free to watch on Crunchyroll right now. Yes, this is a fully like movie budget thing you can see on Crunchyroll for free. That's where I saw it in myself. At first you couldn't watch it unless you're like a member at the premium thing, but like this is the first time that we've had like a movie on Crunchyroll, and for something being free and all, it was good. It was really good. Now, it's not like on the scale of like, I don't know what anime movie. Like, Black Fox is a good and entertaining movie for what it was, and like, yeah, it's not like as like super hype as like Your Name, I guess, in terms of scale. But like, for a movie that was free on Crunchyroll to watch, it was pretty entertaining and good, and I honestly would like a sequel of it. It's about like action, ninjas and revenge and stuff like that, science, the drill, all those things. Yeah, Black Fox was a good movie, and it's free to watch. I would totally highly recommend it if you like action and ninjas and stuff. It's done by the Studio 3 Hertz. If you guys have seen some of their stuff, they've done like Gun Gale Online Alternative, Princess Principal. I'm trying to think of other things that are like action related, but that's the most things that come up in my head. Really good movie. Really like to watch it. Really should watch it. Hope for a sequel. Next. Now, this isn't a movie that I haven't seen yet, but of course, this is the movie of 2019 that not the whole world. Well, I'll just say a majority of the world is expecting, and that is Weathering with You. Now, Weathering with You has already like premiered and aired in Japan, I'm pretty sure, assumingly. For here in the States, it's coming January 15, 16, 17 of 2020. So I got like about a month left for that stuff. I'm super excited and ready to do the fight of what's better, Your Name or Weathering with You. Just kidding. Aside from that, I have stayed away from the internet of spoilers and shit because I don't want to know what the hell happens in this movie. This is like something you don't want to be spoiled about. Stay away from social media. Don't be trolled. Don't be spoiled. Because if someone tells you like the whole thing of Your Name and stuff, that's fucked up. that's fucked up. Don't do that. Don't spoil shit unless like, you know, if they get spoiled and they look for spoilers, then it's on them. You know. But like, I've been trying to stay away from this movie and spoilers and stuff. I see all the trailers and stuff and like all these teasers and PVs and stuff for like in North America, and they're showing maybe a little bit too much of the movie. I'm just like, no, stop looking at this shit. I can't look at this, and I can't like, you know, I don't want to know anything. I want to go into this fully ready to cry or some shit, or like to really be like moved and like, oh, the animation looks good and stuff. But no, I'm like weathering with you. I'm gonna go see in theaters, and I'm gonna have a great ass time, and I'm gonna be in a theater full of weebs probably, because a lot of people are gonna be watching this, like Konosuba, and I'm gonna be ready to hear all the tears in the audience. Not from me, because I don't cry sometimes. All right, that's it for all the anime movie nights segments. You know, I think that's like the last anime movie for this year. Of course, there's premieres Redo in December 8th, but I think that's about it for anime movies this year. Had a good time, really good time, really excited. Now we move on to the surprise segment of What the Oof Did I Just Watch, where I will talk about a certain series that I recently discovered or watched upon. It could be anime related, could be not anime related, but today it is anime related. Spoiler alert. It is about Neon Genesis Evangelion. So yes, Evangelion. After the hype return of it on being available on Netflix, I finally hopped on that train and shit, and that you know, hopped on that train ride, and my mind is like blown or like confused or utterly speechless about what the hell did I just watch, in all honesty. So yeah, I finally have watched Evangelion. I've seen the Evangelion anime. I saw the end of Evangelion, and I've seen recently the new redo movies of Evangelion 1.0 or something like that, and 2.0, You're Not Alone, and then 3.0, and then currently we're waiting for the 4.0 movie, which is apparently supposed to be the final one of the remaster, reimagining series and stuff. And after watching all these things of Evangelion, I am super confused. I wouldn't say that like I'm trying to spoil everything that happens in here, but like, yeah, let's try not to spoil anything. Like, maybe I can do a spoiler talk or something like that next time. But like, I just like want to express my like confusion and amaze at what the hell did I just watch, because for this anime is old, right? This thing is like 19 whatever, and like I can see why there's a lot of like hype and craze about this series. Like, for what it was in the 1900s, 1990s, I don't know. This was good. Like, you know, all these like concepts and like mecha fighting and action and stuff. It was honestly really good. And like, you know, if you watch this back in the day, you'd probably just be like, what the oof did I just watch? Like, you know, it's super mind-blowing, crazy psychological shit going on in this anime. And like, it's really good, honestly. So if you've ever thought about trying to watch the Evangelion series, then you probably would want to start with Evangelion's anime. And I was even surprised that they had to do like a whole hour-long movie-esque sort of thing for the end of Evangelion. Like, that's some crazy shit right there. But I'm pretty sure, let's see. The end of Evangelion. Yeah, so one of the things that I've noticed... Oh, don't play it right now. So yeah, one of the things that I've noticed about Evangelion is that like there are probably a lot of budget stuff and issues that I know and stuff in the anime, and people did mention those things back in like when it came out, but like I noticed them because sometimes there'd be like people talking and stuff, and it's just a still image or a screenshot of like a thing, and I wouldn't be seeing anything. And I'm just like, did my Netflix freeze or some shit like that? But no, that's like the scene, and you just don't see it because, you know, budget cuts and issues or whatever. So, and that was, it's whatever, but I mean, like, I could see, like, they had, like, a bunch of, like, things making this series and whatnot. And then when they had the end of Evangelion, that shit was just, like, freaking mind-blowingly confusing and shit. I don't know anymore. Like, every time I think about this series, I'm just like, Evangelion's, like, sometimes, like, super, like, psychologically crazy and mind-blowing and stuff. But it's still good. This thing came out in 1997. I have the date right here. So, yeah, you watch the Evangelion anime on Netflix. Then there's, like, a movie called The End of Evangelion, which is, of course, the final episode or slash ending of the series. And then you can totally watch the Evangelion reimagining movie. So you have Evangelion 1.0, and then 2.0, and then 3.0. Now, from what I've seen, there are a lot of differences in the whole anime and movie, or the anime series and the movie series. So it is best to do just to watch the original and then watch the new one, because a lot of things changed and it kind of confused me a lot. And I was like, oh shoot, they're like really going off tangent off the anime and stuff, and they're really doing a lot of different shit in this movies. And that's cool. Now I just gotta wait for 4.0 like everyone, because everyone's still waiting for it. I'm pretty sure it's coming out in 2020 and stuff. So that is about it for what the oof did I just watch. Honestly, Evangelion is a interesting series. It's very interesting. It has a lot of, like, the whole, like, time and, like, time and era and stuff like that, where it's, like, it's a very old series, but it still, like, holds up in a lot of people's minds and stuff. And personally, I could see the appeal of this anime. Like, if I watched this in 1900s, like when I was young and first getting into anime, I might have been scared shitless, or I might have been psychologically confused at the hell. I'm just like, what the hell did I just watch? Or what the oof did I just watch? Right now, my adult, mature brain can comprehend all the crazy shit that happens in here to an extent. I'm still kind of confused about a lot of things, but, like, it's good. Just watch Evangelion. It's really good. So that's it for what the oof did I just watch. Who knows if this segment will come back. I have yet to see other things that are really crazy or just, like, made me question, like, why did I watch this or something like that. We'll see. Now we get into video gaming, this section. So we are going to be talking about all kinds of video game stuff here. Not, like, a lot, but, like, a lot of stuff has happened on the gaming scene. You've had, like, Death Stranding, you've had Star Wars, Call of Duty, all these things. Now, I'm not going to be talking about too much about, like, regular North American or whatever release games and stuff. I'm talking about anime games, because a lot of hype for some certain games, in my personal opinion, that I must avoid at all costs. Firstly, I just recently started a new mobile game called Crossing Void, and I did a video where it's like a review impression sort of style on that game. It's honestly a really good mobile game, and it's it's an anime fighting game. So if you like anime games and anime characters and fighting and whatnot, this whole game, Crossing Void, is really good for you. You can check out that video on my channel as well. It's a really more in-depth review and impression of the game. So, but yeah, if you decide to play that game, add me as a friend, TheDomotaku, you know me. Next, the real discussion that I want to talk about is Persona 5, because I'm so damn jealous of Japan, guys. Like, when they announced Persona 5 Royal, my mind grew crazy, and Kasumi is now best girl. I didn't think that they could do an even better girl than Makoto or Futaba or anyone else in the cast and stuff. Like, they had a solid cast in Persona 5. They did. And then they introduced Kasumi, who looks freaking awesome and everything, and she looks to be like this cool, interesting character for Persona 5 Royal and stuff. I'm so down to see how this game works out with her and everything, and just, like, replay Persona 5. I've been thinking about Persona 5 so much in the past few, like, days, basically, because Persona 5 Royal came out in Japan on October 31st, Halloween, and now I have to do the same thing with with Withering With You, of being spoiler free and shit, even though there's so many damn YouTube videos of people posting this shit on YouTube. I'm just like, no, I know I like Persona 5 content, but don't show me all this spoiler shit from JP players or whatever. And I had to just like remove the video, and I was like, remove it from my feed. I don't want to see this shit. It's so hard, guys, trying to stay away from spoilers. And there's some things that, you kind of know of because of the trailers and the PVs that Atlas have released over the time for P5R. But like, oh man, like every time I think about Persona 5R, man, Persona 5 is like really good, and like it could be considered one of my favorite games of all time, or my favorite game of all time. It is technically. Before it was like Little Busters. Little Busters is a visual novel, and that's like what got me into everything. And that was like my number one favorite game. But if you don't consider visual novels the games, then I'd probably consider Persona 5 my favorite game. It's just that good. And a lot of people, of course, Persona 5 also got a lot of hype with this year, with Joker being in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and stuff. I hella liked that shit so much, and I dominated with Joker. I wouldn't say dominated, but like playing Joker in Smash was fun. And it just made me like, man, Persona 5 is great. I want to play Persona 5 again. And then P5R came out, and I was like, yes! Give me this game. I want to play this with Kasumi and shit and all the other things. A lot of stuff, with Persona 5's R's remake. There is, oh man, I forgot about this, but like, there is some kind of announcement that Atlas and Persona 5R is doing in like 6 days or 7, I think. They have these things. So if you follow Atlas on social media, Twitter or Instagram or whatever, they have this countdown thing going on right now where you have all the characters like saying, oh, we have an announcement in 11 or 12 days and stuff. And we've been counting down to that. Let me see, actually. I need to see when the end date is, because I'm very curious about this too. This is like breaking news sort of stuff. Let me see here. Atlas USA, here we go. Now, okay, so 6 days from now, this was 4 hours ago. They just recently posted this today. 6 days, in 6 days, some kind of news on Persona 5 Royal, which is probably a release date or something. 6 days from now is, I'm checking a calendar, cross-referencing this shit. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. December 3rd, on Tuesday, we're getting some Persona 5 Royal news shit, maybe an announced date and stuff. And I am excited. I cannot wait for this shit. If they drop the release date on this shit, then I'm gonna be in. I'm gonna go collect the freaking Ultimate Edition, just like I did with the regular one. And I'm gonna play the hell out of this game, dude. It's gonna be like end the world to end the game shit here going on. Can't wait, dudes. Can't wait. So stay away from the internet spoilers and stuff. If you're really trying to like thing, you can look at fan art of Kasumi or whatever and Best Girl. That's fine. Hopefully it doesn't spoil anything too much, but like Persona 5 Royal, oh, I can't wait to play this game so much, and I can't wait to see these fucking 6 days. 6 days, what is this news to try to drop on us and stuff? The freaking, like, getting my attention, man. You have my attention. My heart is going to be probably stolen in 6 days. We'll see what happens. Next, it's starting again with Persona 5. We have Persona 5S, Persona 5 Scramble, the Phantom Strikers news. So This game was something that people really wanted to say as like as a Switch port, right? It was like, oh shit, Joker's in Smash and we can get him in the Switch and whatnot, maybe, Honestly, I would really like it if Persona 5 got a port to the Switch, because that would mean a lot of new fans and a lot of access for players and stuff, because Persona has been always PlayStation limited, but this is like the first time ever that he's ever been on a freaking console besides PlayStation, or like in terms of Smash and stuff. And like, people were excited. Well, technically, Persona 5 Scramble is on Switch as well. Persona 5 Scramble is going to be on Switch and PS4. I'm getting it on PS4, obviously. I don't have a freaking Switch. Dang people. Pokemon Sword and Shield. I'll talk about that after too. But yeah, this game, from what I'm looking at in the trailers, I've been doing so much analysis and looking at like PVs and trailers and stuff like this. So Persona 5 Scramble is a sequel to Persona 5. Which blows my freaking mind because we have freaking Persona 5 Royal, which is a reimagining of the whole Persona 5 game. So I'm just like, oh my gosh. I have 2 dang games here that are like potential sequels and, you know, new content and stuff from the original Persona 5. And I'm just like, damn. Dang it, dude. This is so hype, dude. I can't believe this shit. So, technically, you can play Persona 5. No, I don't know, because in Persona 5S, we never see any screenshots of Kasumi or anything from Persona 5 Royal. So I'm assuming it's strictly like a continuation from Persona 5. But like, oh man, I can't wait to play it. Otherwise, aside from that, Persona 5S is like a Dynasty Warriors type of fighting game. Or you can say like Hyrule Warriors if you've played that game. And I've never played any of those games before. Ever. Or Fate Extella, that's another example game. I've never played any of these beat 'em up kind of games before, and I'm just like, you know, sure, why not? I would play them, but I've never had the chance to. I never got Fate Extella on PS4. I probably could have, unless I'm waiting for a deal. I never played Hyrule Warriors because I never owned a freaking Wii U or Wii U whatever. And now we have Persona 5S, and it looks good. It looks so good. They got so much of the aesthetics and shit from Persona 5, and they transformed it into a fighting game. Or not like a fighting game, but like a beat 'em up, smash 'em kind of game. And I'm just like, yo, this looks good. You can still switch your personas and shit. You can do your Phantom Thievery kind of stuff and use their weapons and stuff. And Persona 5S looks so damn good. I'm just like, yo, man, I gotta save up for Persona 5R and Persona 5S. And just like, oh man, just take my money, Atlas. Just do it already. Just take my heart. Just like, this shit is so damn good. It looks good. I can't wait for this shit. Let me see if there's a release date for Persona 5S. Because I'm pretty sure. So Royal has a 2020 release date. Persona 5S release date. Oh, so okay. So Persona 5 Scramble is we have a release date for 2020 of February from the looks of it. It might not be North America or Japan and stuff, but so far, February 2020. Okay. I think I've had enough talk of Persona 5 news because, oh, my heart, dude. My heart's not ready for any of these things. So, next up, I'm going to talk about, what do you call it? I guess a surprise segment, or surprise game that I haven't really thought about at all. But it's like the newest release game, which is Persona. I said Persona, but I'm supposed to be talking about Pokemon. They both have P's in their title. Shit. Pokemon Sword and Shield. Now, this is the latest Pokemon video game, and there's been a lot of discussion about this game in terms of like content and other things. In short, there's a lot of conflict of just like how the Pokemon number and the national dex has been halved and whatnot and other things. You know, there's like 700 plus Pokemon now, I think. I don't know exactly the number, but like, if I ever played this game, I wouldn't be too angry that like half the Pokemon got like cut off from like the whole world and stuff, because what Pokemon did I stop in? I stopped officially at Black and White. I played a little X and Y, but I never played Sun and Moon. So yeah, like there's just way too many dang Pokemon now at this point, and like I wouldn't be upset that they cut off half, as long they have some Pokemon from all the other regions in here still, but like, you know, maybe eventually in the future there'll be a huge big ass game where you have all the Pokemon and you have all the regions and all the other things. That's like a super big grand game right there. That's a Pokemon Grand something, I don't know. But I mean, on terms of playing it on Switch, it looks pretty good, and a lot of people are really playing it, and I get to see it and stuff. One of the things that I noticed in the game, at least, is the freaking Charizard pose that everyone do. You do that freaking twirl thing, and then you do like that JoJo looking pose at the end. I'm just like, that feels super anime, but it's pretty funny, at least. And there's a lot of memes with like the main female character girl model, I guess. I don't know exactly what that is. There's also other things, just like the gym leaders and stuff, how they look cool and stuff. Like, you know, this Pokemon Sword and Shield, it looks good. It looks really good. I don't own a Switch, but if I had a Switch, I'd probably be playing this right now. But I mean, I'm a fan of Pokemon. I might not play the newest Pokemon stuff, but I grew up with Pokemon and stuff, so this game's pretty cool. And the Pokemon are kind of cool, I guess. I haven't really seen all of them, but like, this game looks pretty dope for a new modern style of Pokemon, considering this is the first Pokemon game on Switch, so that's cool and all. And that's about it for this game. Now we come to the final segment of today's podcast, which is just Domo in Mangaland. Me and my manga books. I'm a bookworm, guys. I gotta say, like, so far this whole year, or not just this whole year, but like throughout my whole like videos of collecting manga books and stuff, I always look back, right? And I look back at my shelf, my old ass shelf, and all my books and stuff. And my collection of books has just drastically gone up this whole year, I've gotta say. Because just recently this year, I got a new bookshelf, like a super tall, legit bookshelf, right? To house everything. And, like, it's super filled right now. And I'm almost running out of space once again. Yeah, once again. On this shelf. And I'm just like, damn, I collect way too many damn books. Or not, like, too many, but, like, I'm a... If there's a manga otaku term, then I'd probably be using it right now. But, like, I'm a freaking manga reader. I'm a bookworm. I'm a manga otaku or whatever. But the books just look good, like there's like an aesthetic or just like a feeling when you're reading a physical book compared to like a screen or something like that. And it's really nice. And throughout my, years of collecting manga books and stuff, I've had so many, like, I've get to see so many series end and so many new series start and stuff like that, that I just really appreciate the manga form and whatnot. And that's what I'm going to be talking about today, is some manga series I've been collecting so far. So recently, let me check out my YouTube, because I'm pretty sure I just did this recently. I did a manga buys video. Where is it? Oh, duh. It's gonna be this newest manga buy. So I'm uploading a manga buys on the same day as this podcast for November. So essentially in that video, I talked about School Live Volume 11, or Gakkou Gurashi, if you guys are Japanese like that or whatever and know the Japanese titles instead of the English titles. But School Live Gakkou Gurashi is ending in Volume 12. And currently I have Volume 11, so that means it's coming to an end. Now, I knew this already from a fact because I've been reading it online and stuff, and, like, I get so, like, emotional as we go towards the end of the series. Like, for no one who's ever read Gakkou Gurashi or School Live, it's a zombie series and stuff, and, like, I really, like, to get to go read all the way to the end of the series with what happens to all the characters and the main cast and stuff. It's so, like, heartwarming, and I'm just, like, emotionally not prepared to see what happens. Like, will they all die or something like that? Or will they all live, and will they have a happy ending or some shit like that? Like, what the hell's gonna happen? I'm not too sure. Like, in this series, like, I don't know if they will die or not. There's a chance that they could die, and I'm just, like, not ready to know what the hell happens in this series in the end. So, I'm just not ready, guys. I don't know about it. We'll see, but it's just so entertaining. What else do we have in my book collection? I'm just taking a glance real quick. Nothing too much. I will note one new book. So one of these new books called The Golden Sheep by Kaori Ozaki, I believe. Yes. So Golden Sheep, this is a new book I collected. I think I actually collected this in October, but this is a new series I picked up from this author, right? And I just been having this really great entertaining, or not, I don't want to say entertaining. It's like this great feeling reading these books from this author. This author also did a book called The God's Lie. If you guys read that manga, then you know what I'm talking about, or like that sort of like style that this author does. But this author does a lot of really like life, I don't know how to say it. Slice of life, dramatic stuff and things in her books and whatnot, just like sort of issues or like topics like about life, friends, and just like real life stuff, that's why it's called slice of life, duh. And like, it kind of hits hard just a bit, thinking about these sort of things. And like, you know, when you see all this like stuff that happen in the books, you really feel like it hits close to home, I guess is the feeling that I'm trying to say. Yeah, so I read Golden Sheep, right? You know, you have this like, it's based on, I can't say exactly what happens here, but in general terms and stuff like that, it's about like this group of friends, right? You have I don't know, like a group of five. I think it was like, is it five? It might have been four. You have this group of four friends like as kids, right? And one of them like goes away, moves from home, and they get separated and stuff. Essentially, when she comes back, everything is super different. Like her friends are still there, but they have all changed drastically, and a lot of the friendships that they've had, you know, back then is just like it's gone, essentially. And I don't know exactly what the hell they're trying to do in this thing. I'm trying to wait for volume 2. It's a super good series, and it has a short number of volumes, only like 3 volumes in here, so that's really nice. The Gods Lie by Kaori Ozaki, the same author, is a 1 volume sort of thing, and it features a lot more like of a younger kid and stuff, just sort of like trying to, I don't know, deal with life, I guess. So yeah, that's one of like the newest books and just things that I picked up from this cool author. This author is really cool, and I really want to see more of her works and stuff. And Golden Sheep is essentially, I think, the newest work, right? I think so. So that's like my book of the day, I guess you'd say. Did I just rhyme? I didn't even know it. I'm a poet. I fucked that one up. Yeah, aside from that, any other books that I've been looking at? So there's also a new book, at least in terms of like things. So if you guys have ever read the book, what do you call it? My Solo Exchange Diary. Yes, it took me a while to realize that because I had to look at my shelf and stuff. But yeah, the author Nagata Kabi is like one of the like biggest. Yeah, I'll say that. She's one of the biggest authors that have really gotten me into like books and collecting manga and reading and stuff like that. And like her first book, Her Lesbian Experience with Loneliness, is a great book. And like when I first saw this in like the bookshelves and stuff, I was just like, why is this book looks interesting for one. They choose a good like color scheme to make it stand out, that pole pink and stuff. But like when I read this book, like I once again with Kaori Ozaki's book, it just, you know, it hits close to home where you can really relate with like the author. And in terms of this one, it's a biography and stuff, so this is like some real stuff from the author and stuff. Like, so when I'm reading this exact life of this author and stuff like that, I'm just like, oh dang, I really relate and feel with you and stuff. And you know, good on you, and you know, head pats and stuff like that. And I got the book, and I've been really what do you call it, supportive, or not supportive, I've been a fan and really expecting more books from this author. So I got Solo Exchange Diary 1 and 2, and now she has a new one coming up. I don't know exactly what the title is of this called. I just seen it on their social media, except it's in Japanese, so I can't really read it. But I just, from the looks of it, there's a new book coming out. I don't know if it'll be like a Solo Exchange Diary 3 or whatnot, but like, I'm excited to see a lot of new books and works from this author, Nagata Kabi. I think it's her pen name or something like that, I think. I don't know if it's her real name. Pretty sure it's not. But yeah, that's a cool, you know, author, and her books are great. And I really like to read. I'm pretty sure, let me see. I don't have it on me right now, but I'm pretty sure the way I got introduced to this author, right, is really interesting. So we had the Crunchyroll Awards, right? Those are like an annual yearly thing, and that's also a thing going on this year in February. Her book, The Lesbian Experience with Loneliness, won an award there for best manga, and I'm just like, oh, I've never, well, for one, I didn't know any of the manga books on that, you know, for nominees on that category and stuff. But when I saw that this one won, I'm just like, oh dang, this one won. Okay, cool. But then I found it in the bookstore one day. I'm just like, oh, this looks interesting. And then it was like, why have I feel like I've seen this somewhere before? And that's where I found it. I was like, oh yeah, this is the book that won the best manga award on Crunchyroll Anime Award thing. And I'm just like, oh shit. I guess I could read it now. And that's how I came upon the book and like, you know, started reading it. I was like, oh man, this is a really good book. And I bought it, and I just, you know, buy every single new book from her and stuff. So it's cool and all. Really good book, her stuff. You don't have to read the there's not like an order to read these books because My Lesbian Experience with Loneliness is the first book, but Solo Exchange Diary 1 and 2 you can totally just read by yourself. They're kind of separate and stuff, but they make a lot of references to that first book that she made, which is The Lesbian Experience with Loneliness. And this fourth book, who knows when that comes out, but I'm really excited to read that and stuff. Speaking of which, breaking news, or not breaking news, but yeah, we have the Crunchyroll Anime Awards coming in February 2020 for 2019, and this surprise segment, I have no clue what to call it, but we'll just call it breaking news, I guess. I don't know. So yeah, we have Crunchyroll's Anime Awards annual year award thing coming in 2019. Last year's was kind of it was I don't know, it's kind of weird, but it's kind of it was okay. They had a lot of stuff different and things changed and stuff, but essentially what happened, the point is, when I heard that we got this date for 2019 and everything, it got me thinking, because anime this year, there's been a lot of good stuff here. So if I'm going back in time, go my time machine or some shit like that, so we go back to January, or no, okay, we go back to winter 2019. So this is essentially an anime recap video for all of you guys. If you guys are not seasonal watchers, then thanks for tuning in, but this will be the last segment. So, like, in the start of January, we had so much good stuff, and I'm just like, oh man, what was like the best thing in 2019? I don't remember because I've seen so much stuff, right? But then, like, when I'm looking at this list, like, oh man, that was this year, that was, this was awesome and whatnot. And it's like, yeah, so we had Rising the Shield Hero, we got the Slime anime, we got Sword Online Alicization, Dororo, Promised Neverland, Love is War, Domestic Girlfriend, we got the Quintuplets anime, Fairy Tail, Index Season 3. And I'm just like, wow, there's like a lot of stuff. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, although I've personally never seen too much of that. Yeah, there's like so much stuff here. Case Files, Wataten. And then we go on to spring. We had Demon Slayer. Oh! Demon Slayer gotta win something in this thing. And then we got One Punch Man Season 2. Then we got Attack on Titan Season 3 Part 2. Oh man, there's a lot of good stuff here. You got Fruits Baskets, the remaster. What else we got here? Carol and Tuesday. Ooh, that's a good one. I've never seen Carol and Tuesday yet, but damn it, Netflix, you made me lazy on that show. But yeah, let's see. That's it for spring from the looks of it. Okay, let's go on. I think then it's like now we have it's summer. So Fire Force, Dr. Stone, Vinland Saga, Danmachi, a lot of good stuff, man. Just like a lot of stuff happened this year. And like, oh boy. To try and decide who the hell's like, I forgot what the categories were last year. It was, of course, it's like a best girl, best boy, best action, best thing, or whatever. And there's just a lot of variety of stuff in here. And then we're here in fall, right, for the final season. So we got My Hero Season 4, more Cautious Hero. We got Sora Online again. We got Food Wars, Seven Deadly Sins, No Guns No Life, other things. Fate Babylonia. Dude, if Fate Babylonia gets an award in the Crunchyroll Anime Award thing, I'm gonna flip, and I'm gonna be super happy about that because it's a series thing. So, what else we got here? That's about it. Yeah, man, there's like a lot of stuff for contenders and stuff for like nominees and categories and stuff. And we'll see how it goes. I forgot what was anime of the year last year. Let me cross-reference this shit. I'm very curious. I never posted a video on it because I never got to it. So let's see. Crunchyroll Anime War. Okay, yeah. So I got everything from 2018 here. So we got anime of the year goes to Devilman Crybaby. Oh, I forgot about that. Ooh. Okay, so Anime of the Year nominations, we got Place for the Universe, Devilman Crybaby, Megalobox, Violet Evergarden, Hinamatsuri, and Zombieland Saga. Ooh. We got Best Film, goes to My Hero, Two Heroes. Man, people haven't seen Mirai or freaking Liz and the Bluebird. I don't know why Fireworks is on there, but that's kind of That's whatever. Let's see, best director, best character design, best animation. Ooh, best animation goes to Violet Evergarden. That was such a good thing last year. Oh, my heart's to KyoAni. You know, they've been going through a lot of stuff that happened this year also. But you know, it's good to hear that they're pulling through and stuff. And I'll support them in whatever endeavors they have next. I think they have a Violet Evergarden movie coming out or something like that. They announced. Best pro tag, best fight scene, best voice actor performance in English. Yeah. Well, they didn't have like a lot of they kind of cut down on some of the categories here. They didn't have like best genre and stuff like that. I think that's a big thing that they really should bring back in this next one, because you know, best action is super easily, and you know, you can easily like identify in like the animes and stuff and focus on that. You can have a best comedy, best slice of life or something like that, best drama or something like that. I don't know. You can have a lot of those things. So I don't know why they didn't have this here. They have a lot of like best boy, best, you know, add all these categories that you got right now, like best protagonist, best antagonist, best animation and stuff. Add that to the old one, you know, mix it up and have it be super longer and stuff. Hopefully they do have that. So I think that's it. Until then, I'll probably be talking about that whole thing in the future once it really rolls up and stuff. So we'll see how that happens. But anyways, guys, I think that's it for today's podcast show for Thanksgiving. I hope you are all having a great Thanksgiving, or if you guys don't celebrate it or whatever, but I hope you're having a great day. I am probably out right now with family myself, and I'll be just upload this in the first thing in the morning in the day, so that way I don't have to worry about it uploading later tonight or whatever. So yeah, I hope you're having a wonderful day, and you know, next in a few days or so we're going to be moving into December. Holidays, Christmas, shopping, money, all these things that you gotta do. But yeah, and then afterwards we're gonna be moving on to 2020. Damn, I kind of just blanked right now because I just said that. I didn't even think about that. So guys, I hope you guys are having a good day, and you have any comments or questions or ideas for what to do for this podcast, like any categories or like topics to discuss about or whatnot, then please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. I'll take a look at them. I don't know if this will be like a weekly thing, but I try to do these as honestly as much as I can, because this is probably like the easiest way to do it. Let me know if you guys like this new style of stuff. I know previously I did like the whole face recording thing, you know, actually see a video of me talking in my desk and stuff. But in terms of podcast stuff, you don't really have to look at the screen anymore. And if you do, you just don't see much, I guess. Just listen to my voice. My questionably soothing voice. I don't know if it's soothing or not. But anyways, guys, leave your thoughts about this podcast, if you liked it or not, and things I can improve on and stuff in the comments. And I'll see you guys on the next video on the Domotaku channel. So stay tuned for that. See you guys later. Take care, guys. See you in December.